This is gonna be a weird angle. I think that's good. What's up, dudes? It's Wednesday. I have 5 minutes until my second class today starts. And for this class, we have been instructed to have paper and drawing/writing materials. So I have my markers ready. And so I've set up the camera over here so you can see the drawing if and when drawing happens. I've actually already put on clothes today. Every other day I've just been wearing a sweater over my pajamas. But that's because right after the third class today, I have to go and I'm getting hair cut transformation. So I must be prepared to leave the house pretty quickly after the third class. So I figured I would just do the getting dressed right now and then finish the getting ready after this second class. I'm very tired. I'm trying not to film the whole class so that my camera battery doesn't die, but I will try to record when drawing is going to occur. So I'll see you then. Up. So I just finished that second class. The next one is in 2 minutes, and after that I've got to scurry to my haircut. But so I thought I'd tell you how the classes have been. The first one was about business and sort of business strategy analysis. It was okay. The last one I just did was about drawing an analogy basically between immunological memory and painting as a memory system, which was an interesting analogy. And as you saw, we experimented with our own painting, drawing, and then tried to compare that experience to the different components of a memory system, which was cool. And now I'm about to go to another class that's about gender, which is what my capstone in class were about. But this one is focusing more on masculinity, which is very interesting. And I'm quite excited. Okay, I have finished class for the day. This is Messenger. So I've finished class for the day and I have to leave to my underground haircut scenario in like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna pack up, go to the bathroom, and you might see me next with the big reveal. OMG. Look at my hair. And then there's also I hope you can see that. My hair though, my hair. It's all gone. I took a picture of the blue pile of floor hair. What? I speak English. But I'll insert that picture here. That is all off of my head. So I just ate a couple leftover pieces of pizza, but I'm still hungry, so I'm eating ice cream. Tomorrow, I don't actually have class in the morning. I only have class at like 5 p.m. So I don't really need to read the prospectuses for tomorrow today. I could leave it till tomorrow. So now I'm like, I could do anything for the rest of the day. So the first thing I'm gonna do is film TikToks. Dude, my best friend finally downloaded TikTok today. She's been liking all my vids. I also need to post all my TikToks I filmed when I still had blue hair. And then I need to finish filming the like reveal videos, because I just did the beginning of a like reveal for my hair with 2 different sounds. I should only post one. I might post both, but I'm hoping at least one of them turns out good enough that I want to post it. I could also work on videos, this one and other ones, but I don't know, I'm also kind of not motivated. Kind of want to just chill out. I'm also kind of stressed out because I haven't heard about scheduling my first like actual shift at my new job yet, because I did like training/orientation on Saturday, I haven't heard from them since then. That training was with like the whole region because it's like a franchise. So like the whole city has the same person do training. And so I haven't seen the manager for my store since I dropped off my paperwork. And now I'm not sure who to follow up with or how about what's going on. This ice cream is so good. Almond milk ice cream. Because your girl's digestional system does not appreciate dairy. I need a good selfie to show my friends the new hair. My selfie taking ability is really bad. Dude. So my like capstone advisor is actually a professor that I'm pretty good friends with, and I think I'm gonna not tell her about my haircut, and then I'm gonna just show up to my capstone defense next week with no hair. I don't need to be filming this. I'm just hoping that by filming it, I'll come up with an idea of what I should do with my life now. You just saw what my face looks like when I type Lamau. Ooh, I got my first chunk of cookie dough. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Happy Thursday. I wanted to show you the bed head because I think it's hilarious. There would be no fixing this, so I'm obviously going to shower. I guess I should mention that it is currently almost 2 p.m. I woke up at like 1:30 p.m. I slept for like 12 whole hours, which is exactly as I predicted because after I've been like waking up early, getting real sleep deprived for a few days, if I don't have to set an alarm, I'll usually sleep 12 whole hours. And that indeed happened. But before I get in the shower to fix this, after which I shall have to read several prospectuses, because I need to read the ones for tonight's classes and for tomorrow morning's classes, I've been learning French. I don't think I've mentioned that yet, but I have this app called Busu, I think that's how you pronounce it, that I've been using to learn French because I just decided I wanted to learn French. So I'm doing that right now, and I figured I'd record it today so that y'all could see my French nonsense.
Se réveiller.
Se réveiller. Se lever. Yeah, that's what I just did. Se doucher. That's what I'm gonna do. Shower. Se brosser les dents. Se raser. S'habille. Definitely said that wrong. Se maquiller. I don't know what to do with double L's in French because I'm so used to Spanish. Se coiffer. I need to se coiffer with my hair. So that just keeps on going. So I'm gonna do some more French. I also finished editing last night the first 3 days of this vlog, and I realized that it was way too fucking long already. So this is now part 2. But I didn't know that when I was filming yesterday. But so I need to finish uploading that because I haven't decided what I want to title it. And then yeah, I should do that before I shower. Then I'll shower, and then I'll read prospectuses. And then we'll go to class tonight. So I'll see you later. Okay, so it's now like 4 p.m. I showered, I got dressed. I read the 2 prospectuses for the classes that I'm going to today, but I should also read the ones for tomorrow, but I haven't done that yet. But I have class starting in an hour, and I've decided that I want to film TikToks before class, so that means I'm gonna have to read tomorrow's prospectuses after class tonight. So yeah, I got dressed up kind of nice. Look at my jumpsuit. And I put in earrings, and I'm going to do some makeup because I'm going to film the hair reveal TikToks that I started last vlog on like Sunday. So let's do a little get ready with me montage sequence. I don't know where to put this camera. Oh man, that's like perfect. Interesting. Okay. Let's go. It's weird because having the camera here makes me want to talk to it when like I shouldn't really talk to it. I should just get ready so that I can just speed it up. But I just want to talk. and eyeliner. Might not be looking cute for this part, so I might have to use veneer on that side. I mean, they're not twins, but they are sisters, which is always the goal. I must choose a lip color. There we go. Time to go film my TikToks. I left this chair in the exact same place as where I was filming last time, so hopefully I can recreate what was going on. I need to open my eyes, but the sun is right there. We're gonna say that first sound, pretty good draft, but I'm not sure if I'm in love with it, so we're gonna try filming the other one too. This is the one that I had it set up so you can see me there, but the camera is like resting on the camera, the view part right there. So we're gonna give this one a shot. Okay, I think that's it for those two. Here's the thing, I also never finished filming that dance I was trying to learn, so we're gonna give that another shot too. We're over here. Yeah, you can kind of see what's going on. I need to go back to watching other people do this because I can't remember it very well. You know what? I don't want to dance right now. I should film some other stuff while I look cute as fuck though. So most of what I do is things where the sound is just like the punchline, so I just kind of film it and then I come up with a joke later. So that's good for now. I have like half an hour until class, so I'm gonna go back in and maybe try to read another prospectus that's for tomorrow morning, but you'll probably see me when I jump into class. Okay, so I have class in 2 minutes. This one is about food waste in Malaysia, which is somewhat interesting, but it's probably just gonna be focusing on like problem solving ideas. So I'm super overdressed, which is gonna be kind of funny, I think. Also, I don't know if any of my friends are in this class, but if they are, I will get a reaction to my new haircut. Ah, Maggie's here. Hello. Ooh, a pole. Multiple poles. I don't like these poles. I had to just guess. I don't like guessing. Fuck. I forgot to bring water in here. It had to be one of the four. I'm gonna go run and get some water because I submitted the poll really fast. Sitting in this chair gives me back pain, so I often put my leg up on the desk like a absolute animal because it helps to round my lower back a little more. I wonder if anyone in class is watching me talk to myself. Yeah, so I kind of talked about both break it down and gap analysis, and how you started out by breaking down the problem of food waste using the different venues where food is wasted, so like markets, restaurants, households, etc. And from this you selected just one of those smaller problems, which is household food waste. And within this you first did your survey to identify sort of what the problem really is better. So that was probably your #RightProblem approach, was to do this survey to really understand all of the behavior, all of the attitudes that are shaping the amount of food that's wasted. And then you identified a gap, which is that people seem to care about this, but they don't really know how to change their own behaviors. And so you proposed this novel solution of this app as a way to help them reduce their own food waste voluntarily. Oh, well, I want y'all to see. Yeah, I guess we can talk about design thinking here and how you've sort of iterated in the second prototype to correct some of the things that we identified that were wrong with the first prototype. So one of the things I really like is that you changed the save and cancel buttons so that the save is a different color that stands out more, because I think that applies the idea of the von Restorff effect well, in that you're more likely to realize that's the one you're supposed to click, because I think you could see that in the first one, since they're the same color, they look totally the same, a lot of people might accidentally hit delete, which would be not ideal for someone using the app. I did like how it had, in the second version, sort of like the rounded rectangles around each different thing, so we could maybe use that, like do one in the top that has the grading, and then like things that contain, yeah. How do we feel about putting like the navigation to different things at the bottom? I don't know. Bye. Thank you, bye. I think I have like dirt on my lens because it keeps not focusing on me and focusing on like right here. And I can see like specks of grossness. Finished the first class. It was alright. It was on like user interface design basically. And we did get to, in breakouts, design a homepage. I'm gonna show the one that my group did because I drew all of it. So this is my beautiful user interface design prototype. First one I've ever done. I hope you like it. I have another class in 15 minutes. I am super antsy. I also, right before I went into this class, posted a TikTok that's one of those things where it's like, if you follow me on this, I'll follow you back. If you like this video, I'll go and like 3 of yours. If you comment, blah blah blah. And I started getting a ton of likes and follows from it, so I started going through to follow people, but then going to their pages and liking theirs is kind of more time consuming, so I might do that after class because it's too much right now. I have to wait another hour to eat dinner, but it's 6 p.m. and I usually eat dinner now and I'm kind of hungry. But so, BRB. So this class, my parents just put a frozen pizza in the oven, so my dad's gonna actually bring me the food when it gets done, and I'm going to shamelessly eat during class. I'm so hungry. Dude, look out the window. Isn't that pretty? Got these bushes, got a big pine tree. Got that big bush. Neighbors got grass and bushes and tree. My friend just told me that her mom is going to her capstone defense next week. I didn't know that that was a thing. I mean, it's not a big deal because I wouldn't really invite anybody, but wow. Am I slightly out of the loop? Yes. It is nice that I only have to go to 2 today. Interesting. Unknown persons in my neighbor's driveway. That's not social distancing. Very shifty. I'm too tired for this, y'all. Dude, I got so much hype about my hair. A lot of the time I do this thing where I type out my poll response, but then I wait to submit it because I don't want to be the first poll response that gets submitted, because that means the person will definitely read it right now. And if I don't want them to read it because I'm not like super confident about it, I'll wait until a few people submit theirs before I submit mine. I have a song in French stuck in my head, so I'm gonna listen to it. Je te dirai tout cela pour l'instant, tais-toi. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm gonna let it cool down. Yeah, I was just gonna say that it's particularly helpful with scaling up, which is really important in this, because what I talked about in my poll answer was sort of that if you're using any sort of convenience sampling, it's going to be really hard to generalize from particular cases to an entire country, because countries can be so big, and especially in countries that don't totally standardize, it's going to be really hard to say that a sample represents the entire nation. So being able to scale up is really important for making that connection stronger. Do you want to explain a little bit for those of us that know nothing about natural language processing? Just a tiny bit. That makes sense at like a basic level. I feel like the natural language processing helps a little bit more because it's not just like, is this word repeating? But it's like, how related are words? So it helps you to go beyond like this individual word, but it's more like this word and the ones that are close to it. I guess it might be a fallacy to say like these words often appear together, so that means that they mean almost the same thing, or they're very related in meanings. That's a fallacy, but I don't know about like the bigger way of thinking about it, how you would characterize that with an HC. Sure. So the constraints we identified is that scaling is very hard, but we want to be able to process as much information as possible while also getting rid of as many biases as possible. So we want to incorporate maybe some algorithms to help solve our problem, to get rid of people's biases, while also recognizing that people will need to interpret what those machines are able to process. Okay, so I finished with that class. I'm done with class for today, Thursday. That last class, we talked about sort of the problem solving and solution finding aspect of her capstone. So what are the constraints when you're trying to compare curriculum across countries, and sort of how can you try to address those problems, which was all right. I just wanted to take a moment to address some stuff that happened in the chat. So I showed up and I ended up on the main screen right away, and I have new hair, I have makeup on, and I had one friend in this class that I haven't seen or talked to since I left Taiwan basically, and I was like, at Bella, OMG, what is up? And I said, long time no see. And she said, long time but frequency on TikTok. And I was just like, oh my god, I forgot that you followed me on TikTok. She also said, OMG, your hair looks great. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then another person, Alex, whose class I actually went to yesterday, I think, he said, your hair looks great, and then a fire emoji. I'm gonna show you the chats here. And then I was like, thanks to Bella, I did the big chop. TikTok hasn't seen it yet. And then Bella was like, all the TikTok women loving women are gonna go wild for it. And I was like, oh my god, Bella, this is the affirmation I need. And then she also said, you about to break some quarantine hearts, my friend. And I was like, oh, I've never been so hyped up. Well, I probably maybe have, but this is the most hyped up I've been in recent memory. Because in my other class, my friend just said, at Kristen, hair in all caps, and I replied at them, yes in all caps. Which is like recognition, but very different than the extent that Bella went to, and I appreciated it so much. But I also thought it was funny because at the end of the class I was looking in the chat, and Bella put at the bottom, this is the rowdiest class chat I've had all week, and I just think the 3 messages right above that really show how people were just going mad in this class. I think it's because it's almost the end of the week and people are pretty comfortable with what's going on at this point, and then also like the mix of people that were in it, there were some like pretty good friends that are like the kind of people that would do that, and I just thought it was freaking hilarious. So now I did read one of my prospectuses for tomorrow before I went into that class, but I need to read 2 more. But the good news is that tomorrow I don't have class until 9:30, so I can get up at 9 instead of 6:30 a.m. But I'm gonna do that right as soon as possible so that I can then unwind and go to sleep and maybe actually be rested, even though I have to wake up at 9 in the morning tomorrow. And I'm actually very excited for my classes tomorrow because the first 2 I'm going to are actually like decent friends of mine, and then the last one is on feminism and like politics and feminism. But since I did like gender and feminism in my capstone, it's gonna be kind of fun to talk about that from a different perspective. That's what's going on. I'm gonna hop back onto the beanbag, but I am sitting in a different part of the room on the floor just to get the last light as like the sun is setting right now. I might also film more TikToks. I definitely have to go through everyone that liked that TikTok I just posted and like their TikToks. So I'm gonna spend some time on that, but I'm gonna try and read my prospectuses first before I go into decompress doing nonsense mode. Oh. What is up, dudes? So it's still Thursday night. I just took my nightly bath. Now I have my face mask on and I'm going to eat ice cream. And I thought it was funny. So I turned on the camera. And I was also thinking there's something else I should do while the camera's on, and that is open a few emails I've been avoiding. So we got a notification. Minerva has like its own communication platform, like a Facebook, but if your school designed it, so you have to be a professional on it. But so they sent us a notification using that, saying that there's 4 people that work for Minerva currently that are like pretty high up, pretty prominent positions that are going to stop working for Minerva after this year. I think one or 2 of them, maybe just one, are like retiring. I think that implies they might not have a full-time job once they leave. The other 2, I have emails from them directly to students, and one of them was like the staff member that lived in the residence with us during our first year in San Francisco, and most of my class is very connected to her, and so I'm gonna read her email now. I won't like read it out loud, I'll just tell you things that stand out or summarize afterwards. Look at this chunk of fudge. That's all fudge. Yeah, you probably can't see it. It's basically a really nice thank you. And she was like, add me on LinkedIn because I realized I'm connected with almost nobody on LinkedIn. I bet she follows more of us on Instagram than she has connections with us on LinkedIn. Okay, that was so nice. She was just saying like, thank you. I'm so glad I got to go through the 4 years with you guys, because she basically started our first year and she's leaving now. Very sweet, very wholesome. The second one, I think, went out not just to my class, but to like everybody. So I'm kind of curious if it's gonna be more about like how things are gonna keep going once he leaves, because right now he's in charge of like all things student facing. He's also leaving before we graduate. His last day is May 15th. He's got an excerpt from a book that supposedly like sums up human history cheekily, and he says it also describes Minerva, and I think it's way too cheesy, but I'll let him do it. I think I'm gonna finish my ice cream. And yeah, he mentions working to ensure a smooth transition. Another common thing is for them to give like their personal email address in case you want to talk to them after they're gone, which he did. Those were both pretty wholesome. I was afraid I don't know why I was afraid of them. I have 2 other ones that are surveys that I've been avoiding, so I guess I'll open those. Almost done with my ice cream. Oh look, man. I'm gonna finish my ice cream and then I'm gonna go take off my face mask. And then I'm fairly confident you won't see me until tomorrow morning. Bye. Yes, so I think the idea of human-centered design is all about sort of keeping at the forefront of your design and your thinking people's like real thoughts, emotions, feelings, and sort of everything that is the realistic way that they think and act around this thing. So in like trying to be sustainable and designing fashion to be sustainable, you probably are keeping in mind things like people don't want to put that much time and effort into their clothing. They don't want to like have to sew it all themselves. But they do think that it's very wasteful to spend a lot of money on clothing, especially fast fashion that they know is like not super ethically sourced. So they have like some awareness, but they also have a lot of constraints and kind of keeping all of those in mind. Yeah, I guess my point's somewhat related to that. I was gonna say that I think a thing to take away from this is that a lot of the time people spend thinking about clothing is more so after they have purchased it and before they're getting rid of it. So like the comfort being a priority is really important. If you care about expressing yourself with your clothes, that's really important, because the thing is, like, on a day-to-day basis, you're not thinking about how sustainable your clothes are. You're thinking about like, how does it feel when I wear it? How do I feel about the way people perceive me when I wear it? And that becomes like a lot more important, because that's just like where most of our time with clothing is like spent in terms of our headspace. So I think that might be why people like say they feel like sustainability is important, but it's really hard to actually do it, is because like the priority is more on that like day-to-day experience of actually wearing the clothing. Dude, your hair is blonde? When did you do that? Also, look at my hair. It's all gone. My friend dyed her hair blonde, and then she just sent me a video of her singing something else for like a different reason, and I'm like, holy shit, your hair is blonde. So then I had to send her a video to be like, holy shit, my hair is gone. Okay, I need to take a break. Class number 2 is starting. I'm gonna tell you more about how they all went at the end. LOL. Yeah, so it seems like this basically went viral online, and so that means that there was probably a lot of fallout in that online environment, either like on this Instagram post itself, there could have been a lot of complaints in the comments, or it could also spread to other platforms. Like, I can imagine if it was shared in a Facebook page for teachers, people could be like very angry in the comments on that Facebook post as well. So it could really spread throughout all of the internet the same way that the initial like offer spread throughout the whole internet. So their online image was probably fairly damaged. Yeah, I think Apple has a pretty strong brand. And part of the reason for that is, like, even when they have things go wrong or when people are upset about things, they still sell so well. Like, people were really upset when they got rid of the headphone jack, and they still sold, like, I'm sure thousands or millions of those phones. So I think that sort of, like, ability to sell even when they have sort of what some would consider, like, a bad thing happen to their brand kind of shows how strong it is. Yeah, one thing I added in is that if you're able to do that sort of like package that gets a little bit of a cheaper price and therefore you get more people coming, you'll also get more like word of mouth spreading about London, because if you get just a handful of more people to come to London, they'll post about it on Instagram, and that'll like tell all of their followers that London's a cool place to be. So it sort of has like a network effect. I wonder how many like Minervans friends / family members want to go to the Minerva cities because of us. I feel like we could have increased like Berlin's popularity as a European destination amongst our friends. I feel like I might have been able to like decrease the hesitance of people I know to go to India, because I know a lot of people are kind of like worried about going there and it being so different and like not knowing how to get around. And yeah, so I think we are a great marketing force. I feel like most Minervans try to only say good things online. I do kind of try to make people second think actually coming to Minerva. That's like the whole point of my YouTube channel. It's like, maybe not, dude. Maybe not. Yeah, yeah, so on the strength side, we talked about how there's a really high expected utility, I guess, in that you can spend less money but get more reach, because by pooling the resources together, you're going to be able to do more with your city spending less money on it. And also including all these other businesses is very useful in that way. We also talked about how it's also going to have that utility for your like prospective customers, in that you can get all of these companies to offer like deals and packages that will lower the price of having those two cities both be visited at once, which is really possible because of how close together they are. Okay, so I've finished first 2 classes today. I'll tell you about them in the next 2 minutes before the third one starts. The first one was about sustainable fashion. It was done by somebody I'm friends with, so I had already kind of heard a little bit about their project, but it was super cool. We just basically did some design thinking, ideating for ways to help people be more sustainable in their fashion. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm opening up these earrings I bought online. I'm planning to do a haul video, but one of the things still hasn't shipped, so I'm waiting for it. The fashion thing was super cool. That's pretty much it. I've decided to try and make a need. The second class was about branding and sort of how places are branded. So he did his on Nepal because he's from Nepal. But we talked about just like branding in general and sort of one company that did a faux pas during the whole current situation. And then we did a little bit of an example about London and Paris necklace and these big long ass earrings. But so that was cool, just because I'm kind of interested in marketing, but I haven't like done that much about it. Like trying harder to actually get into the nitty-gritty than most classes have, which I appreciate. And now we're going into Feminism and Politics, which is very exciting, and also my last class for this week. Oh my gosh, Odara. The professor in this class is a really harsh professor I had first year. Harsh in a good way. Yeah, so when we're talking about this issue of representation, that's like a very high level, societal level issue, but it's really shaped by lower levels, like individual levels, and like even lower levels of political goings on, so like the smaller communities that we live in and vote in. And so those sort of smaller levels build into the emergent property of sort of how well women are represented, either in a descriptive or substantive way overall. Dude, filming me in class has made me realize how much I tried to talk right at the beginning so that I don't feel like I'm gonna get called on later. Thank you! Good job, Sarah! Hey! I'm done with this week of classes. Okay, so it's 1 p.m. now. And I think I want to go to Taco Bell for my celebration lunch. I still also really want to shower, but I think I'm gonna go eat lunch and then I'll hop in the shower because hunger, man. And if I hop in the shower, it's gonna be like half an hour before I get out of here. So. Oh my goodness. LOL. Okay. Taco Bell. We're gonna have a little mini mukbang picnic in the backyard. I have myself a black bean Crunchwrap Supreme. She's a beauty. While I was driving over there, I was listening to my music through my car on the Bluetooth from my phone, and all of a sudden it just stops. And I messed with it for so long, and it just kept either not starting a song, I was on Spotify, or it would play literally the first 10 seconds of a song and then stop. And then it would refuse to do anything. So I had to listen to the radio. But then, funny enough, a TikTok song that I've actually filmed and posted a TikTok doing the dance to came on the radio. And I was like, holy crap, this is so weird. Dude, I got guacamole in here. It was freaking delicious. People diss on Taco Bell, but it is possibly the best fast food chain for vegetarians. I know that Burger King has the Impossible Burger now, but I don't really love like fake meat, so I think I still prefer Taco Bell. This is my celebration. I don't have to do anything else now that I get like actual grades on, like scores on a 1 to 5 scale. That's what all of our grades are. because next week's defenses are just pass-fail. And I actually still have to turn in an assignment. That assignment is not actually graded. They just put on that assignment whether you passed or failed your defense. And the assignment itself is just a short thing to show that you got ready for your defense. Man, the fact that it's not windy right now is actually insane. It is always windy here because we're in a valley, like in between some mountains. And so it's like there's always wind coming over, blowing in a storm, what have you. You didn't see those trees, man. No wind. I can't decide if I'm gonna finish or do that assignment today or if I'm gonna wait till the weekend. It'd be kind of cool to do it today because then I'd be pretty done. Crunchwrap Supreme, gone. I have 2 little Cinnabon balls for dessert. These things are fucking delicious. It's filled with the cream cheese. Oh well. There's the wind. It is now shower time. Hey, so it's a bit later, specifically 3:15. Crap, where did I leave off? So I showered. Yes, I showered. I did my hair up in little buns. And then I filmed some B-roll for a haul video that I'm doing. The haul video was originally going to be an unboxing, but then things were arriving at such different times that I opened stuff. So now it's going to be a haul. So I did a little bit of shooting the B-roll for the clothing that I got. So like it can be a try-on haul. And then I have started to work on a couple of things. So I have started to, first of all, edit this video. I actually started that yesterday, but I'm doing more editing. Also, I started to look at the last bit of prep I need to do for my defense, so that assignment. But I also have to have ready a like 15-minute presentation to start off my defense, so I have to do those, but I don't think I'm gonna feel like it today. But I put on makeup for my filming, so I think I might film some TikToks and then go back to editing. The window is my lighting, so this is how I tend to film TikToks if I'm doing it inside.
Why did you buy an extra large t-shirt? You basically can fit in a medium. Oh, thank you for asking. It's because I suffer from a condition called titties.
This one demands standing up. Okay.
Hey, excuse me. Yeah? Oh, I just wanted to say I really like your style. Are you gay? Yeah, I'm fucking gay. Are you gay? Yes, bitch.
And that's about all of that I can take for now. I should possibly post one soonish. So I'll probably post something, but then I'm probably just gonna edit for a while, and then it'll eventually be dinner time. And I might check in with you later today, or I might just check in tomorrow, because tomorrow I actually have plans with some friends. We're going to do online games of some sort to celebrate one of our birthdays. Somebody else's birthday, not my birthday. I don't know why I said our. But so, yes, tomorrow, still exciting things happening. But the rest of today, not so much. Laying on my bye flag. Okay, so it's Thursday night, and I've been editing this vlog. Or not Thursday, fuck. It's Friday night, and I've been editing this vlog, and I've realized that I need to end it today. It's already ridiculously long again. So I guess the weekend might be its own video, which maybe hopefully will be shorter. Or maybe the weekend will just feed into the beginning of next week. I think next week I'm not gonna film myself in class, except for during my defense. I have to lay down to have decent light on my face. I'm going to film during my defense, so that's gonna be the big video next week. Probably it's gonna be most of my defense I'll try to make into a video, but otherwise next week / upcoming vlogs I might do more just like summarizing each day how the different defenses went, maybe like what I learned about the projects that wasn't obvious from what I was telling you guys this week about how they taught their classes, because I'm going to the same people's defenses whose classes I went to, so I don't want to get too repetitive. Basically that is the first week of Manifest done. Over the weekend I'm going to be hopefully having having a little bit of social life, and then getting ready for my defense and submitting that last assignment that's just like a reflection on my capstone, which is supposed to also be just part of getting ready for the defense. So I shall document all of that. I should stop putting these earrings in my mouth, but they can reach. Do I have an oral fixation? Freud? Anyone? But so, thank you for watching this. If you actually made it this far, I freaking love you. I'm really hoping that these vlogs, which is kind of like something I've wanted to do all 4 years, well, mainly the last 2 years I've thought about vlogging, but something I've wanted to do, but it's been really hard to do when I'm in the Minerva cities because I just don't feel like I have any time. But since I'm living at home, things are a little more slow going, a little easier. My meals are not as stressful. I've been able to vlog, so I'm hoping that even though I'm not in a city, it can still give some insight into Minerva, and I think it'll also be nice for me to have this documentation of how my Minerva experience ended. So yeah, I hope you're finding it useful or interesting. I will see you soon. I really hope I can keep up this pace of editing as I go the whole month. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe and all that jazz. Okay, bye.